Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. And as always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left, 2 is in the middle and 3 is on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. There's also a link to my Facebook page where I'm sharing oracle cards most days of the week. And there's also a link to my scheduling page. I don't have any appointments opened up for June yet, but I'm going to open those up in the coming days, and I will make an announcement on Facebook and YouTube when I've got spots opened up for June sessions. So any day now I will be opening that up and making an announcement. So I will leave you with your decision, and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the big rough piece of aventurine, interesting selection by Jackson, of course, always is. And those that are new to the channel, it's my son who chooses the crystals here. He has a great time doing that. So aventurine, when I first saw this one, I just thought, boom, you may have had a mountain just plonked in front of your road, or you may have a perceived mountain to climb. It's straight away when I saw this, and then I thought, okay, we'll grab the card that's going to sit with it, and like, of course, we got mountain lights. Of course we did. It's very interesting. And this card speaks about the light beings, portals, subtle energy. So finding that inner peace and letting that move you. I think there was a little piece from the book I might read as well. It was quite nice. Holding this loving light energy, peaceful energy within you. Speak from the heart. Keep kindness close to you. Show the way through being the alternative. Break the chains of anger and sadness that seek to enslave your spirit, to overwhelm you. At this time, let lightness be the way. Have a soft touch, a kind gaze, and a warm heart, and keep the pathways alive for the light to do her sacred work. This is really very much a message of softening and finding your own inner peace. And I do feel like that this mountain, whether it's a perceived mountain or an actual mountain in front of you that you do need to climb, a big challenge, just imagine the view from when you get up to the top. I do feel like it's going to be worth it, and that it's actually, the way forward will be a lot easier than you realize, although it may feel like such a big challenge. But let's have a look at what signs I can see on the table, starting with Aquarius, Virgo, Taurus, Leo, Gemini, Cancer, Libra, Sagittarius. The whole world's on the table. We've got Capricorn and Leo again. So yeah, pretty broad for this reading. Well, where am I going to? I'll jump in with the tarot. Quite interesting. We're starting out with the Wheel of Fortune, the Star, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. What a really uplifting and positive set of cards. A beautiful message. It doesn't mean there's no challenge here. I do feel like there is, but there's an inner light inside of you, a knowing and a strength and a connection to your purpose, a connection to your truth that overrides any challenge, and that it's holding you strong on the inside is what I'm feeling for you. So with the Wheel of Fortune and the Star, it does speak to a great deal of change, maybe a blessing coming your way. It may have to do with your work. Your work could have been really growing, maybe in popularity, lots of more new business coming in, or a stronger, it's feeling like there's a stronger foundation, and you're maybe enjoying the team you work with or the people you're around. There's a lot of people that want to celebrate you, and there's a lot of great change when it comes to possible career areas and finance and the home, and the people that celebrate you. It's like a leveling up time in your life. It really is. It's time to shine. It's time to rise. I didn't even speak to the energy of aventurine. It's all about taking action to get out of your comfort zone. We've got heart chakra and good fortune energy there, taking on new opportunities. And also saw this morning that it speaks to settling nausea. Some people here, there may be a pregnancy and feeling some nausea here. I can see some of that sort of in the cards here, a possibility for that type of development, a deepening of commitment, maybe growing your family, like we just said with the pregnancy. There's a lot of hope for the journey ahead. There's a lot of optimism here, and I think it's it's interesting that there's a great deal of change here, but there's also so much optimism, because I feel like the change is a little bit scary, but I feel also it's something you actually wanted. It looks like there's potentially a relationship that's ended here, and in the very recent past, or you're healing from that and you're trying to move forward and make something new for yourself. The energy of that is still in this reading, but I think what's being emphasized here is just how much things are actually going to progress in a really beautiful way for you. I'm going to jump over to the moon cards now. We've got 3 that came out all together. We have a time for healing. The energy is gaining momentum and believe in the impossible. I kind of, feel like with this one as well, when I saw the forest there, I'm feeling like maybe you've had a bit of trouble seeing the forest for the trees in this situation, and I think things are going to be a lot better than you realize here. There's another card here on perception. I am perceptive. And this is a card about negative thinking. There's the cobwebs that hold the darker roses closer to her, speaks to her needing to clear negative thinking and like old ideas, old beliefs. Because there's actually, once that is cleared out of the way, you're going to see a lot of beauty in the situation and in yourself and what's to come for you. There's like super, super positive. I think it's a matter of wrapping your head around that at this time. And that's just fallen onto the Devil card. There's definitely an attachment here that is really hard to release, and that does cause negative thinking, whether it's an addiction to a relationship that's toxic, or like a trauma bond situation, or a substance abuse, or just bad negative sort of lifestyle patterns, and not taking care of yourself. Things like that, really, like sitting in negative thinking, really will cloud your judgment here. We've got I am perceptive, and it is time to clear away those cobwebs. It's time to find a lot of peace for yourself and let the way forward be easing. So the next cards on the table, we have the Ace of Wands Hierophant, the Magician, and the Sun. So really, really positive, isn't it? There's a lot of growth here. With the Six of Wands in the recent past, like I've said before, you could be getting a lot of success within your business, or really starting to see the path ahead for yourself, getting a clearer vision on what that looks like. And I feel like there's a lot of people in this group have very strong intuition, very connected to your personal power and how you yield it. And I think that when you've cleared some of these negative thoughts, or just moved through this bit of time of healing that you're needing, I think things are really going to happen for you. You're going to step into your power. You are in the process of, you've been doing that. I can see with all these positive cards of healing and movement forward and looking to what you want to do in the next chapter. For some of you, having left an old relationship behind, there could be a new relationship that's already with you, and there's a deepening of that commitment. But I don't feel like that's the most important thing to talk about right now. I think what we're talking about is your personal direction, your healing, the bigger choices you're making in life, and sort of aligning to that on an inner level, with the subtle energies in your life, your thoughts, your feelings, and the things you fill your day with. The self-care rituals and things like that are very important right now. Escaping the outer world to really connect with the inner world right now. There's all major arcana here. There's a lot of that. While there is success in the material world available to you, the path ahead is asking you to really just slow down a bit, connect with your personal power, and align in a more inner, powerful way, rather than doing so much external work. The Ace of Wands really does speak to that extreme divine channel energy, very powerful. Very creative, very expressive, lots of sacral energy here. I did get the sacral card, we'll pull it up soon, but when I saw that, I feel like a clearing in that area is very important, especially if there's been a toxic relationship in the past, there is a need to clear some of that residual sexual energy or stagnant energy that may be there, some cords and things like that. Definitely seeing a bit of that needing to be cleared up. Maybe even with a bit of dance practice, you can really clear yourself well with a beautiful dance practice. What fell on top here when I was somewhere else in the reading was the Hermit as well. So again, speaking to that inner journey. I'm not sure where this wanted to fall. I kind of feel like it's just central to the reading, like just it is the soul searching journey, and there's so much here about looking at the wisdom, looking at the scriptures, looking at the tarot, looking at the symbols, listening to the universe. There's so much here about you stepping in and using your power, connecting to divine will, and really creating something beautiful for yourself, something peaceful and slow. I was going to say elegant. Maybe what you're creating is elegant. Gardening, lots of like really just grounding. Felt really called to licorice root tea to start this reading today. So grounding roots really important for you at the moment, just taking one step at a time and connecting very much with the inner world and letting that align with your external reality. So in the challenge, 9 of Cups, 6 of Swords, the Lovers, it may be that you are leaving behind something you wished for very much. With the 9 of Cups, 6 of Swords is moving away from that energy. There could have been a lot of happy times here, or maybe happy times you'd hoped for that just never came to be. The dreams, the wishes. And it's time to leave that idea, that dream behind for a new idea, something actually more sustainable, more aligned to you. With the Lovers card, the Lovers is a very strong choice that aligns you with something that's right for you. It's healthy for you. I guess we won't linger in the challenge too long because it is the challenge. Yeah, but there's so much more strength and positivity and personal power in the rest of the cards that we'll just acknowledge it and just move on. What will help with the challenge? We have the 7 of Swords reversed and the 7 of Cups. Then I had the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Chariot next. Is it like that? Yeah. So I think that there's been a great deal of time trying to work out what has gone wrong, what has happened. There's a great deal of unanswered questions, lots of loose threads perhaps within the situation. Very elusive situation here. So there definitely feels like there's been some dishonesty, but you've maybe never been able to fully catch it, or you've never been able to fully prove it, or it's just an underlying feeling. Maybe you have, but I do feel like it's been more just very confusing and draining for you. And I think there's been a lot of overthinking about that. I might go with confirmation on that energy there. But anyway, we've also, with what will help moving ahead, I do feel like there's a multitude of different things that will help. I really think it's grabbing from all the different things, like the emotional health and things you can do to support yourself there, nutrition, mental health, strengthening relationship to money and priorities in that way, how you're spending your time. There's just all sorts of little different things that are really going to support you at the moment, and it's really important. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, trying new things, finding new opportunities and letting them move you forward, choosing things that help you feel confident and healthy. Lots of self-love with this Ace of Cups, and love to the world as well. We saw with this beautiful card just to find peace, to connect with the subtle energies and just allow that to shine, allow that to be your guide, allow this gentleness to be your guide. This connection to the fairies here as well is quite sweet. Lots of inner child play perhaps. So I've got Judgment on the bottom of the deck, underlying energy for this reading, which is actually quite beautiful. It kind of sits well with the Hermit as well. I think there's actually a gigantic message within these two cards, especially for a relationship that is separating, in that I think these two people have wanted very different things. It's not to say there was not a great, strong, and is not a great, strong connection, and feeling a very telepathic connection between these two. However, it seems that life paths just are, you know, heading in a different direction. We'll leave it at that. I just wanted to, yeah, grab one. Okay. Yeah, all right, so it doesn't necessarily have to be lies and betrayal in this energy, given that it is reversed. We have the Four of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. It could just be a lack of reciprocity here, or feeling just not on the same page. You've really tried, and it does feel like there is suspicion and confusion. Whether or not that's true or not, I think it's to be left behind. Yeah, it does feel like lack of reciprocity and lack of same common goals or same direction, I think, and lifestyle choices as well. All right, so we'll move over into further guidance here with the Queen of Wands and the Strength card. Could literally be having issues with a Taurus person or someone who's feeling quite aggressive or upset. With the Eight of Cups and the Devil here as well. So your further guidance is to stay within your power, continue creating from a beautiful space with the Queen of Wands. You are someone a lot of people look up to, and I think it's really important for you to look up to yourself as well, and to, I think, really be there for you. Have the courage to not repeat old toxic patterns or slip back into a situation that doesn't serve you. Definitely releasing that. The further guidance is to stay strong here and continue to release. It is a time for healing, and so much is coming in for you that is a blessing. It's already here. I do feel like you've worked quite hard at your own projects or your own self-development or whatever this is, and it's going to absolutely show some results here. Things are definitely moving forward in a really positive way. It's just going to be a real challenge to continue to overcome releasing the things that don't serve you with this Devil energy. In the outcome, we have the Ten of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Temperance is here as well, so an absolute ending with the Ten of Swords, putting that to rest. It's going to shift a lot in your life with the Two of Pentacles in the middle here. There's going to be a lot more balance and peace coming in for you. There's a shift in your priorities. Your attention and energy is no longer being drained and sucked into the thoughts of this situation I'm getting here, and that you have a lot more resources. And we've even got the mountains in the background, which was perfect for the big mountain crystal and the mountain lights card as well. I just do feel like this is a mountain you can climb, and that you would actually, it'll be a lot easier if you do it with peace and just wellness, taking care of yourself, and not actually engaging or fighting anymore. If that applies, just absolute cut and heal. Very much needed. Two other cards that did come out here was also the World and the Justice. We do have so many major arcanas here in this reading. It really talks to massive inner shifts, massive change that aligns you to something new, something else. We've got the Winter. It's time for that to balance out. You are the reason that this will balance out. You will make it so. You have overcome this situation in the outcome. You have learned all that you need to learn from it, and you are now responsible for the actions you take now, and because you are now aware, and you are, I think, really taking some very strong actions to clear the way for yourself, to find balance, to find justice. Three of Cups, new growth and celebration, and the people around you are going to be so happy to finally see you free from this situation. So I'm going to also go over to these cards, the High Self deck. So we have Do Not Give Up because something did not work out right away. There could be an old creative project or career idea or something that you've put aside. It's time to maybe pick that back up again. This could speak to you in many different ways, but don't give up. You are on a journey of discovering your life purpose, and a new career path will be highly successful. Trust the magic of newness. And there's another one as well. You are exactly where you need to be. And then from the self-love prompt deck, these are all speaking to a healthy inner world, which I found quite interesting, and they all just came out together. We have read, really in taking in positive information, things that are going to help you see this situation clearly. Negative thinking, we're clearing that, absolutely, clearing the cobwebs away, looking at this as an exciting new opportunity for growth. We have avoid toxic people, toxic substances. I feel like some people in this reading may be going through their own health detox or something to really cleanse their system. We've got escape materialism, shift your focus from material, develop a healthy inner world. Everything here talks about alignment through the subtle energies. We have sacral chakra. Do feel that is needing a clearing, and dancing would be wonderful as well. And then the small things, sometimes it's the little things that can make life wonderful. And that's what it seems that you're needing to fill your time with at the moment, because it is a time for healing. And then the energy is going to gain momentum, and you are to believe in the impossible, especially with this big mountain. You've got what it takes to climb it. And can you imagine the view you're going to get from the top? You will, absolutely. All right, group one, I'm going to leave it there for you beautiful people. I hope that gave you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group one. Hey, group two, welcome to your reading. If you chose the little wooden owl, some cute little owl. I feel like the message of the owl, it's very light wood, so feelings of an inner lightness, maybe clearing the any stagnant energy or things that you're carrying so that you can feel lighter, being guided by your intuition, of course. The beautiful owl is seeing through the dark and beyond the veil. So lots of connection to your inner self. Maybe having a bit of alone time could be here in this reading as well. Maybe you've recently had a bit of alone time. So the energies I can see on the table straight away is Sagittarius, Pisces, Leo, Libra, Virgo, not Virgo, sorry, Taurus is the one, Leo again, Virgo too, righto. Capricorn and Saggy in the moon cards. More Capricorn over here. Fair bit of Capricorn energy actually. Let's start in the past energy. We've got the World starting your reading, the Eight of Cups, Temperance and High Priestess. So like I said before, with a bit of alone time, you can certainly see that here with all these major arcanas. And the only minor here is the Eight of Cups, which is you maybe doing a bit of research. There could literally be some study happening here in the recent past. Maybe you've completed one semester or something, you've completed something and you're moving on to the next bit of study. Lots of, I think gathering information, but also releasing what you don't need is potentially, you could be leaving anything behind. It feels like whatever you're leaving behind is not being fair or true to you. Whether it be a workplace or a legal situation or a contract or who knows, but it does look like you have definitely been taking a bit of time out to rebalance yourself, to heal, to connect to your intuition, to release the things that have been causing you pain, and just finding inner peace, truly, just finding inner peace. And this card really speaks to that as well. The card you've chosen today is the Green Man, rising energy surge and fertility. So it could be pregnancy message here. I've got the Empress in this reading as well. But with the Green Man, it does speak to, he is the symbol of spring. So it does speak to the winter thawing out and trusting those, that we have an inner cycle, just like the world around us has seasons. So it is your season to emerge and to grow and to try new things and to take some steps in a new direction and to really blossom. It's time to experience your own personal spring, which is perfect because we have, after all this time going within with the High Priestess, the next card is the Eight of Wands. So there's lots of movement, a surge of energy, a rising movement forward, maybe literally even moving location. But the next card's out, we will not sugarcoat. We have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords as well. This could speak about some information that's yet to come in. I do have another card here that when I saw this, I thought, okay, that makes sense. There's more to know than what you currently know. So there could be some information coming out in the very near future, immediately, about maybe some dishonesty or some trickery or something here. 3 of Swords, 7 of Swords. There's a lot of heartache around the situation. It may not be that you're getting more information. It could just also be talking about the release of that. Next is the Strength card. You are sort of running away from that, but in a healthy way. I think it's like I just want to move forward with my life now and leave this behind. Whether it's new information coming in, I don't think it changes things. It may, if anything, solidify your movement forward and where you're going to go, and to not look back. I think if any information does come out, even if it is painful, know that it supports you in moving forward, and it is actually to help you get unstuck, which is interesting. This card here, get unstuck, get past your fear of change and embrace the transformation. Don't hold on to things just because they're comfortable or familiar. It is definitely time to leave this energy behind. And then we have the 3 of Wands next. So while you can take your own proactive steps towards creating a new future, a new life, or just continuing on with something you've already been working on, it's only a matter of time before you see the results for this, and that things are really going to lift for you. We've got luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, and your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So all of this new energy, the green man, the new shoots of spring, it's time. It's really time to, I guess I want to say for some people out there, to stop wasting your energy and your precious thoughts on just people and situations that have just been unfair, even if it's something you may still have to deal with, to really focus on you and your new growth and fertility, taking care of yourself, your new beginnings. You've been working very hard at this. I can see that. Lots of inner growth, so much inner growth here. So in the challenge we have, of course, the 9 of Swords. We have Justice and the Magician as well. And I do feel like for some people this could be somebody who has manipulated justice with this combination, and it's causing you a great deal of stress. Somebody who maybe is trying to manipulate justice, or a situation that seems very unfair. And again, there's that message of, if anything is a big challenge right now, that you can overcome it, and it's helping you to move forward in the direction you're meant to be in. You may not feel very powerful at the moment with the Magician card here, but there is going to be an increase in energy if you do feel that way. I think there's just a need to not waste any of your precious energy on any of the negative thinking or old thoughts, and stepping into your power, just absolutely leaving that behind. Any trickery, there's no need to figure it out, there's no need to engage. It's just time to just not have that in your reality anymore. Further guidance here, we have the Hanged Man, the Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. For some people this could be legal help with the Ace of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. A new contract signed, maybe a legal person here with the Queen of Swords. And the 6 of Pentacles is a benevolence card. It can talk about charities or organizations that can help you restore balance or find fairness. But outside of that type of situation, I can see how this could fit anybody in just shifting the way you're viewing things, right? Starting with the Hanged Man, there is a need to just surrender to the bigger picture, and that there's greater things to focus on and nurture right now, and that with your clean, cold, hard logic, Queen of Swords, no emotional attachment to the past anymore. The 8 of Cups is already in the past. The 8 of Cups is an emotional release. It's already in the past. You've found balance since then. You've found peace since then. So it really is a continuum. If something pops back up from a situation that you're having to deal with, just remember to stay balanced, stay centered at your core. You have worked so hard to gain that stability inside of yourself, I do feel here. Talking about it as well, counselling services, talk therapies do look like they could be really supportive for you at the moment, or just talking to a friend. Random acts of kindness as well. I'm getting to benevolence from you will actually help you here as well, if you have an opportunity to give and share with other people. You may find yourself that it actually helps you as well. There's a lot of positivity here, regardless of the stress, regardless of you may be feeling like this sometimes. There's so much happening for you around all of this. I'm going to pull these up now in your personal power. We have I am celebrated and I am determined. And I do feel that there are people out there that are rooting for you. There are people that want to see you blossom and shine, and that you have worked hard. When we see this is Capricorn's energy, but when we see this busy bee, queen bee energy, this is somebody who has worked very hard and earned the level of attainment you're at, whether that's within your study, within your self-development, your wellness, and how you're feeling about life. It doesn't have to be material gains whatsoever. Although all that inner work will absolutely reflect in the material world. Okay, further guidance, we have the Judgment, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands. It is really beautiful. Really beautiful cards. This is quite the calling energy to get to your work, to continue to create. I feel like a lot of people in this group may be creating something that feels very divinely guided, especially when we see this Judgment, Eight of Pentacles here. Your guides are absolutely assisting. She's just getting assisted here with this this pottery she's creating, and I do love this card. I know I mention it so much, but her pots up the top here are past attempts. They're not so perfect, and that's okay. She's continued to show up, and as she does, each effort becomes more intricate and more beautiful, more detailed, more craftsmanship shines through her work. So it's a continuum, it's repetition here that's needed. Being your own inner light, and I think you're going to get a lot of processing done while you're very busy with the other things in life here. Time for devotional practices as well. We have somebody in prayer here, rituals being very important. Maybe it's your morning ritual or how you end your day, taking those moments very, I want to say seriously, but it's not the right word, to honor them, you know, to show up is all I mean. And then with the Four of Wands as well, I do feel like outside of all your inner work, it's time to share that with your community as well. I think that there's actually a fair bit of benevolence from you in this reading this week, group 2. It feels like you are either having the opportunity to help other people, or through helping yourself, you're helping other people. It doesn't feel like something that you actively pursue, but it just becomes. It feels like that. There may also be a beautiful celebration here as well for you with the Four of Wands. It can talk about festivities and coming together with the community or with families, or events happening that had maybe lined up with your work, or maybe you're joining some sort of workshop or class or group that helps you feel more connected to your purpose, or connected to whatever it is you're trying to learn, to yourself, to the community. There's lots of connection, there's lots of creativity, there's lots of personal development and growth throughout this whole reading. It's very nice. It's really time to like share it with the world and sort of step, but not in such a big rush, you know, just natural blossoming, the natural unfolding. Absolutely the green man, like as the buds appear, they will slowly unfold. And then the outcome, we have the Queen of Cups, the Sun, the Two of Cups, the Empress. Really nice combination here. So with the Queen of Cups, she is being comforted by someone. So regardless of all the challenges you may go through, I do feel like there's people or a specific person that's supportive to you, and that's a really wonderful thing. Someone to acknowledge here. Could be your partner with the Two of Cups. It could be just a friend. It could be anybody at all. But it does feel like you're overcoming a great deal of emotional turmoil or heaviness or sadness, and connecting more to the softness of your heart and what it is you can nurture, rather than grieving any longer over the things that have been painful or unfair or untrue for you. Then the Sun is out. The Sun is coming out. I think that this is where are we? I think Northern Hemisphere are moving into summer, aren't they? As we move into the winter. But this is talking about growth as well, not just the season of summer and the sun. Growth, happiness, joy. See this whole family here sharing a meal. We have Two of Cups, the Empress. There's so much connectedness. It shows that the tribe, the family, the people you call family, the people around you, the community you work with, all of this is blossoming, growing, and a really abundant, happy time for you moving ahead. Whatever you're moving out of, good riddance to that. Gotta say it. Luck is on your side and your hard work is paying off. I am celebrated. I am determined. Two energies very similar, right? Celebrated because luck is on your side. People love you. You're determined. Your hard work is paying off. It's because you've worked so hard. So the self-love prompt deck, we have Get Unstuck. This is really nice. Expand your network. We had Find a Mentor as well. So like I said, those that might be joining a community, a class, a group or something that's really supportive for your growth and the next chapter for you. You may make friends within that area that help continue your passion and continue to motivate and inspire you. There's so, oh, now I'm getting really excited. I don't know why it took me so long to connect to that. Maybe that's a message within itself. Just, yeah, because maybe there's been a bit of pessimism, or things have been so hard. It's hard to trust that the future is actually it's gonna happen now, or it's gonna flow, or things are gonna be easier, and they certainly will, because you're creating some boundaries, you're creating balance, you're creating strength, you're focusing on the right things, you're getting unstuck here. Find a mentor, expand your network, meet new people. Make a vision board. It doesn't have to be a literal vision board, but anything, and tweak your altar to suit the new things that you're wanting to embody and worship at this time. A vision board can be done in so many ways. Just an affirmation on your mirror, whatever it might be. We've got take a vacation, a literal holiday perhaps, maybe a night away, maybe just a day doing something different. Maybe this vacation isn't as possible as it looks on this card, so maybe just taking a different route to work, or just doing something differently. Break the routine, get a bit of rest, maybe escape all aspects of your life obligations to recharge yourself. Yeah, do something for fun. We have glow up as well. I think I do feel that in all of this, that you're really enjoying that. You may be getting a bit more exercise here with this person running, which is really beautiful, makes you feel good. You really enjoy that glow when you are getting your heart pumping every day and shooting that oxygen around the blood. Really, really good for you. It shines through the eyes. But this glow up doesn't also have to be from the inside. You may be getting a beauty treatment or something that just helps you feel or resemble how you feel more on the inside. Be careful who you take advice from. With the Seven of Swords in your near future, and this Strength card running away from that, yeah, there does look like there's either information coming out or something you just can't quite trust in the very near future, but you can handle it. I don't want to alarm you with that. The Three of Swords, Seven of Swords in the near future, because on one side is the Eight of Wands and the other side is Strength. So it's like you're strong, you've got what it takes to just burst through this, and if anything, it gives you momentum. If anything, it pushes you further in the path you're meant to go. And there's a path you're meant to be on. Trust it. Trust all of it. There's more to know than what you currently know. We saw that before. And I think this is not also, I don't want to trigger people into thinking that this is a bad news only that's to come out. This is also about, there's more to know about the future and what that holds for you than what you currently perceive. And it might also link into why I felt it took so long to connect to that joy and excitement energy, because you may not totally realize what is waiting in the banks for you. I think some of it should be a secret. Some of it should be left to surprise you, because it does feel very nice, that energy. Yeah, it's truly you're on a journey of discovering your life purpose, and you're exactly where you need to be. I think that's all I have for this reading. Oh, okay, we'll take the Two of Wands as well. Two of Swords has fallen out on the Death card. Wands, I can't stand it. Yeah, there's definitely been a confusing relationship in the past that you've had to really take some time out and heal from, to align with what you want in life. What do you want? What do you celebrate? What are you looking for? There's a need for community and sisterhood and connection, and a great deal of transformation in regards to your connections, your wishes, your dreams, and who celebrates you. May have caused you to shut down and block out for a little while, but it's definitely time to make that movement forward with this Two of Wands. It's time to get in touch with your magic as well. It's like, start perceiving these great fortunes that are coming your way. Start visualizing that, vision board, but visualizing as well. Yeah, you're making a plan to make all your dreams come true. King of Swords, Ten of Cups. I'll leave it at that. that'll be enough for group 2 today. I chose the chunky little owl. It's so cute. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for you, beautiful people of group 2, and hope that gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance, and I'll look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 2. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading if you chose this red jasper point. I always like to face it this way because it looks like a little flame face inside, and I had it on a reading once before and a number of people commented that it looks like Calcifer, is it? The flame off of Howl's Moving Castle, which is a movie, I think it's Studio Ghibli movie. I wanted to look up like who that character is because I haven't properly watched that movie, and I really feel like I should because it does seem quite sweet. But he was like a fire demon that promised to run the castle, but he was like bound to the hearth that he was put in. I'm not sure if that speaks to anybody out there, but I think there might, if you know that story, I feel like there might be a message within that. But anyway, red jasper within itself. Such a lovely piece. I really like this piece. What have I got written here? Protection from misfortune, good health and stamina, vigorous faith in spirit. Regardless of how things seem to be going, you still got that strong connection. Emotional stability and healing feels really, especially with the cards I'm seeing here, like you're really, I think I see you staying on top of yourself at the moment, like really checking yourself, really, because there's something coming up. There's like some I want to call it turmoil, but it's something, and I don't feel like it's too massive and not to make it any more than it is, but I feel like you're really using your own personal strengths and self-reflection and just really holding yourself through this little moment. Deep insight into personal difficulty I've got here as well, and that really, really reflects the cards as well. Like you are very introspective and very aware of thought patterns, processes, and how you can help yourself and I just see you staying on top of yourself, if that makes sense. On top of any, like you're not letting, you're able to acknowledge and witness when an uncomfortable feeling or thought comes up, but you're not letting it take you away at all. There's so much strength in that. I do feel that a lot. So energies, we're starting out this reading with some Sagittarius. Actually showing itself today, Saggy, normally hiding from me. Virgo is here, Empress, Taurus and Libra. Chariot is Cancer, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, and that's about it for the main energies of the reading. Let's jump into the past energy here. We've got a lot of alone energy. You may be feeling a little bit alone at the moment, or have been lately, maybe a little isolated, but we've got the Hermit, 2 of Wands, Empress, 4 of Swords. Definitely taking a bit of time out to nurture yourself, look after yourself, maybe making a bit of plans for the future, but right now that's not happening so much. I'm looking forward to the future very much. I think there's a lot of hope for the future. I'm getting that a lot here. But it's a moment of pause. It's a moment of stillness. It's a moment of reflection. It's maybe a moment of Mercury retrograde's trials, I should say. At the time of this recording, Mercury retrograde is in Gemini. You may be watching at a different time, may not apply so much, but for those that are connecting at this time, yeah, I don't know anyone that hasn't really found a good amount of challenge or multiple challenges in that retrograde over the last, since the 10th of May. Yeah, it's been wonderful. But anyway, I definitely see here, yeah, you're really looking to what the future holds for you. I think that there's part of you that is really ready for it and wanting it to come to be, to the next chapters, the next things to unfold. but you are absolutely needing to just take a bit of time out and unplug from the world. I think unplug from the world, unplug from the internet. Maybe you've been doing a bit of that, sort of just getting offline a little bit so that you can rest and listen to your own personal inner guidance, and take care of yourself. I do truly see you holding yourself here in a big way. It's, with the Hermit, I feel like all these little dots around you are your guides. I think you're really feeling spirit. If you're not, I feel like if you feel like you've had a moment where you haven't been feeling spirit's guidance, then I feel as well you've taken that time to reconnect, to reestablish or to strengthen that connection, because you do know that spirit is there, guiding you always. We have Dawn Watcher, caretaker, guardian and support, and there's a face up here with this same sort of like white dot in the center of the forehead, and so it's sort of like it continues on to this image, because we've got the watery, I believe that's water on the, I want to say that's like an ocean, and it's sort of like you are connecting to your guides. You can see that here. You are maybe by yourself, sitting, contemplating, thinking, wondering, but you are absolutely guided. All these little dots around you are your spirit guides whispering and giggling and playing with you. I feel very playful energy from your guides. They like to make jokes and light-hearted energy for you. But most, like, it does just feel like a true friend that knows you more than anyone or anything, and you're so comfortable with that energy and with spirit in that way. Like, it really does feel like such a friend. And it's interesting, another card that's here as well sort of speaks to this. It's quite beautiful. We've got the spirit up in the sky here, and these sisters coming together, watching over that horizon. You've got friends watching over you. You've got spirit watching over you. So whatever you're feeling at the moment, I do feel like the feelings might be big right now, or have been recently. And just know that you're being held through that, and that you can hold yourself, and you are holding yourself, and that you are supported. So further into the week ahead we have the 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and the Chariot. So multitude of things here. I can see a reconnection with friends and things, support networks, or just getting out of your bit of alone time to seek a bit of support with the 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. But then part of you with the 4 of Cups is, I feel like you may feel like you're not sure who to share with, other than spirit and yourself in that way, because it may feel like you're not very understood in this situation, or it may just be very personal and you're not totally sure how you'll be received. And it's kind of a time when, if you're not going to be received well, or you're not sure if you're going to be received well, it's probably best to just hold yourself. And there's actually something about that, I think. Yeah, don't take action when there's a feeling of resistance. I feel like that's what this is about. It's just like, choose your audience when it comes to your supports, because I feel like you might be a little disappointed in the lack of support from someone or a group of people, maybe, but that doesn't even feel overly strong. I feel like you've really got your back here, and there are friends that are supportive of you. There's a friend that wants to reconnect with you, I would say, maybe even 2 friends or a sibling. This could be family members too, co-workers, could be anyone, but it feels supportive though, supportive people, no matter how they show up and what roles they play in your life. There is, there is still, I think, regardless of the fun things that may be going on around you, there's still this subtle sadness here. Whether it's that you feel you're wanting a little bit more from something, and it's just not coming yet. It's just not happening in the way you'd hoped yet. Or there's, interesting. We've got a first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. I'll pull that up now. First quarter moon is a pretty hard angle between the sun and the moon, so it can bring up a bit of challenge when we have a first quarter moon. Your commitment being tested, a great label for that energy. I think it's just your commitment to yourself, your inner strength, if anything. It may be commitment to friends and relationships. I mean, they definitely see some struggle in regards to relationship, but I feel also that you might be isolating yourself to deal with that and just taking your time. I feel like that doesn't feel nasty, it doesn't feel horrible. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it does feel just a little sad, or just a little disappointed, or just a little glum or something, but it's just an undercurrent when things seem to be going okay. We've got to look at the bigger picture as well, full moon in Sagittarius. So there is a need to maybe not attach so much to what's not totally working out. There are a couple of empty cups here, maybe a little bit of a rift in friends maybe, but there's an opportunity to move forward and for things to get better. And there's multitude of opportunity around you just in life within itself, within a peaceful moment or within a ritual or practice or sustenance, nutrition, looking after yourself, anything at all. There's an opportunity here. If there's a challenge, see it as a stepping stone into the right path or further on your journey. Do see that as any challenge as an opportunity, because it really is. And if you see that here, like, I think once you realize that, and you will in the coming week, you're going to just, you're going to get, your confidence is going to come back. Especially when we see this Chariot after the Four of Cups. It's like you may have a little moment, and that's okay. Just hold yourself through that. You've got a lot of people watching over you. You've got spirit watching over you very strongly, needing to just look at the bigger picture and not get too caught up in the devil being in the details, right? And I also want to pull this up as well. See how she's sort of facing one way and then she's facing the other, and it's the same here. We've got, no matter which way you face, you know, believe in yourself. I think that's what it's saying. No matter what you're facing, no matter which way you're going, just, it's okay. And you're doing okay, and you're exactly where you need to be. I am confident, I am beautiful. Just as you are. Just in this moment. I am enough. I was hearing while I was shuffling that. I am enough. There is a magpie asking for food outside, and it is like doing the softest little call. Anyway, it can wait. I haven't fed them for quite some time. I feel like it's been raining here too much, and there's like lots of worms for them to have, so they can, you know, who would want seeds over worms? But anyway, back to the back to the reading. In the challenge, we've got the Seven of Wands, Two of Swords, Ten of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. So yeah, like, look at all this entrapment energy, right? Mental entrapment. That's what I mean by I feel like you're staying on top of yourself. Like, this may not look like that, but that's because this is the area of challenge, and we're just acknowledging it, that this is the challenge you're in. These negative thoughts, perhaps, really feeling like you need to defend yourself. Maybe some people not, a bit of bad advice, or maybe like somebody just not totally understanding your situation. You may have shared something with someone that hasn't understood. That could definitely be here, and you're sort of feeling like you need to defend your personal choices or preferences. You know, you have to defend your preferences. Is kind of uncomfortable feeling, but yeah, I feel like there could be a number of challenges here that you're just not so certain how to handle. There might be a bit of overthinking surrounding it, but again, looking at the bigger picture, full moon in Sag, you are guided here. It feels like this situation is sort of, yeah, like there's something, it's to do with your overall happiness. It's to do with your ultimate wish fulfillment. It's to do with all your dreams coming true, and maybe a sense of fear that that's not going to happen, or maybe there's naysayers in the ear. We've got these crows, you know, negative thoughts and things, but you're not actually trapped. It's just, I want to say, it's interesting because I woke up this morning with this really clear vision of all my rituals that I love to do in the morning, the ones that bring me peace. I heard the song I need, the prayer song, I smelt the incense I need, just a quick flick of an image. And I took that as guidance to say, you know, really make sure you, not that I ever really miss them in the morning. I love that morning time. Just light a candle, start the music, just, yeah, it's very important to me. And I just had such a flash of that this morning. And it feels like maybe I even had that, because my morning ritual is not something I'll forget. I feel like I was given that flash for this reading, because I think that's what you need. I think you just need to grab a hold of your rituals, the things that bring you peace, the things that remind you that life is full of joy and each moment is exciting, and you can connect to anything. You can create, you can play, you can dance. You don't need to worry about the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. It says you don't need to worry about that so much. Just to rather be here now. Where can you find joy? How can you soothe yourself? I think that's important. To look at the bigger picture in the sense of like, not the devil in the details, but truly the bigger picture of you on this journey here, regardless of the people you come across and how they influence your life. But you, checking in with you, and that brings me back to you keeping on top of yourself. I hope that makes sense. Like you're really keeping yourself in check here. You're not letting yourself get carried away, although you may want to, because it's hard when you feel trapped or stuck or uncertain which way to go, shut down, not sharing, closing off, withheld from the things that you love, or the idea that what you really, really want to manifest is not going to come to pass. That sort of fear, that's, I think rather than worrying about that so much, you just continue on your journey of what you're doing now in this moment. Bring that here. So further what will help with the challenge? The Magician, right? Personal power, hey? On top of that even, right? The Nine of Swords and Judgment. Look at that. It speaks for itself. You don't even need a reader here. Look at this. These are your negative thoughts, the feelings of entrapment, the worries, the concerns. The Magician on one side, you've got this. Judgment on the other, you know this, right? You've got what it takes. You know the truth. It's the earthly burdens, the worries and concerns that weigh you down and lift you, and hold you back from this uplifted, joyous expression of spirit. I do feel like your rituals are going to help you right now to lift back up. Dancing, especially, I always recommend that here. But just the little things. I do feel the little things are really special at the moment to help you, to comfort you in whatever challenge you might be facing. It feels like more of an internal challenge, honestly. I feel like whatever's externally going on, you can handle that. Like it's just whatever, it's a thing. I don't want to minimize your experience, but I feel like what the biggest thing to handle right now is your inner world, and how you're feeling, how you're thinking, how you're staying in your power, how you're keeping yourself balanced and centered. There's a lot to be said this week on, honestly, a lot of personal readings, myself, all the piles. I think it would be beneficial if you did a nice clearing of your energy, intentional clearing, or even see someone to help you with that. We have the Seven of Pentacles in further guidance, the Six of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. This is further down. This is a pretty lovely energy, considering, it's a little bit choppy earlier in the reading. Seven of Pentacles. This is you. This is your rituals, showing up for yourself. Everything I just said before, just nurturing the creative endeavors that you're attending to, but also your own health, your wellness. Nutrition is very important. When I see the Seven of Pentacles, I feel nutrition. And there is a link for 20% off clinical nutrition appointments with Bethany Rose Nutrition for subscribers of this channel only, and that's all in the description box alone. If nutrition calls to you or you're needing help with the nutrition, the information is all there, and Bethany is an amazing nutritionist. But this is also, so much about nurturing your home as well, nurturing your environment around you, your inner world and your outer world, maybe literally doing a bit of gardening. This can also be talking about your the work you're doing, the building of your business, or the efforts you're putting in at work, and seeing those results pay off, and people around you noticing that. Just continue. I feel like there's something you've been quietly working on for a while, whether it's your finances or just your personal situation in life, whatever it is. I feel like you have been quietly working at that, and the results are going to shine and show. It's a big truck reversing out. I hope that's not too loud with its beeping. So I do absolutely see here this as well. We've got the Knight of Cups that can talk about a romantic offer, or somebody that's coming in with a wish fulfillment to have a date with you or have some time with you, and you're obviously, with all these energies, very happy about that offer. It doesn't have to be a romantic offer or date. The Knight of Cups is someone who's connected to the sensuality of life, who is just joyful and expressionate and creative and heart on the sleeve type of person. And this can very much be your energy, or that of a friend, or just something you're wanting to embody more of, more joy, more expression, more fun. But I do feel like this could have absolutely, for a lot of you, have to do with a relationship as well. Somebody that you may be wanting to hear from. Maybe it's been a bit of silence with all of this uncertainty. Maybe there's been a bit of a struggle. Maybe this could be just a friend, a family member, a brother even. And things maybe haven't been going so well. We've got that Four of Cups looking over the Three of Pentacles. So like it's a really good friendship, so much compatibility, so much to learn and grow from each other. But whatever's happened may be out of your control for both of you, and you're just waiting to rejoin or something. But obviously not for everyone. But yeah, I can see here there's some absolute wish fulfillment that you will experience based on you just continuing to nurture yourself and continuing to invest in the things that are going to bring you the greatest results, and not wasting any energy on anything else. No worries, no concerns, just get to it. You've got it. Outcome energy is the Eight of Cups, the Queen of Cups. I feel like this is you overcoming that inner emotional turmoil. You walk away from that you release it, you let it go, and you move forward. It's very much like this. In one moment you're a bit, not feeling the greatest, but hey, no, I'm going to move forward. I can do this. I'd love to hear from you what this is all about, Group 3, because it feels like I just love Group 3, but it feels like feels precious. I don't know why it feels so precious. It feels so important, but not so massive, if that makes sense. It feels really important, but in the most subtle, gentle way. I hope that makes sense. Queen of Cups and the Star here. So releasing the things that don't serve you, the emotional baggage, the things that you're really pushing with. You just don't need to do that right now. You're being guided to just drop into your heart, to drop into softness, to relax, to look after yourself. Softness feels very important at the moment. Today in particular in the air. Yeah, definitely feels. But anyway, this is, oh, look at this. Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck as well. The underlying energy of your reading is that of self-love and really knowing your heart, trusting your heart and following your heart. And I think as well, when it comes to any issues you have with people around you, to extend that love to them as well. There's forgiveness here. There's understanding, there's compassion here. Everyone's on a different journey, and sometimes people react and act in ways that are, challenging and uncomfortable for us, but it's more of a reflection of where they're at. I think that's important to share for someone there. I see the Wheel of Fortune underneath that as well. The Sun is here, the Queen of Wands is here, the Two of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Moon, okay, the King of Cups, alright. Definitely looks like some potentially challenge in a relationship and or a family situation here. But it's not something you'd give up on though. It doesn't feel like that. It just feels like a challenge. It's okay. Or if it is something you're giving up on, Eight of Cups, and walking away, you'll know where your boundaries lie and what you can continue with or what you can work with and what you can't. But yeah, I think this is more about you and how you're feeling and just being okay and making sure you're continuing to connect with joy in the bigger picture of life, rather than like just remembering you're here for a whole big journey, not just this moment or what you're trying to achieve. It's so much more than that. But anyway, we have wake up early. Aim to wake up earlier in the mornings to chase your dreams. I did talk about the morning ritual. I think that's important. Yeah. Coming together a bit slowly today. Sorry guys, I was like that in Group 2 as well. Slow walk to the epiphany here. Love your work. Ask if what you're doing today is truly making you happy. It doesn't have to be your actual financial work, but it can just be your lifestyle, the choices you're making, the things you're doing, loving your daily lifestyle, the things you fill your time with. Start a new hobby. That was, I think, really important. This can also be something that helps you gain more finance, like a bit of a side hustle or something, creative things. Have fun again. We spoke about that enough. But yeah, absolutely. That can be done in so many different ways. However it means to you. Crystal healing. I get the Lemurian seed and turquoise crystal when I saw this. Maybe because I can see green on there, but Lemurian seed and turquoise seemed to stand out when I was looking at the card first. So that might be calling for you. Lemurian seed is my absolute favorite, actually. is connected to the ancient civilization, Lemurians, who are unconditionally loving beings. I think there's quite the connection to group 3 with Lemurian seed, and just that benevolence, compassion, and I think really strong crown chakra energy. Positive affirmations. I think these should be so personal too and detailed at this time. I think speaking to yourself with the utmost kindness and respect at this time, just being your best friend, being very compassionate, understanding for some of the big thoughts, feelings, or disappointments you might be going through. Exercise, go no wrong with that. Really brilliant. Love yourself enough to exercise and enjoy the glow of good health. Might really help with some processing too, get a bit of frustration out. And the last cards we have is take chances. You'll realize how perfect something will turn out. It's an interesting combo with this deck today, actually. You'll be surrounded with people with different agendas. It may scare you away, but fight it. You've got this. You can definitely see the potential for dealing with some groups, or maybe even that are not totally getting along, but it's less of something to run away from, but more, I think, something to overcome, face the challenge. Don't take action where there's feelings of resistance. Take the time to calm before you respond, even if that applies there, but I feel like that was more about the other message from earlier. Change your perspective of the people around you and keep an open mind. That's again coming back to the benevolence and that Lemurian energy of unconditional love and understanding, working through the journey with people, clearing the air, talking about it. Or just also maybe if it's not even that, you don't need to connect with this situation any further, but just simply shifting your mindset on the situation, not to them being evil or terrible or wrong, but just on their own journey, still learning, maybe a little maybe they're wounded and projecting pain or whatever it might be, but that's their journey, and let them own that. You don't have to. Know that you are safe and protected. Yeah, interesting reading, group 3. Oh, 3 of Swords, 5 of Wands, Emperor, 8 of Wands, 6 of Swords, Moon, 2 of Cups. Yeah, wow. There's like, I think there's a lot you're dealing with on the inside here. 9 of Pentacles. And look, with all of that, what's most important is to focus on you. Focus on your abundance, to focus on your business, focus on your home, focus on your garden, focus on your nutrition. This is a single lady. This is Venus in Virgo's energy. It's an energy that loves their routine. They love acts of service. They love to tend to things. They love to bring things into order. They love structure. The structure holds them to feel supported and safe. I feel like masculine energy, nurturing your masculine energy is important at the moment. Having solid routines, but mostly gratitude, mostly connecting to all that you have and realizing that it's quite an abundant lot. And that you're good on your own. People come and go. People come and go and come and go, and maybe they come again, but at the end of the day, your inner strength, your world, your experience, your guides, it's your journey. And I think that's important here. It's your journey. 2828 I saw on my recording then. This I think it might just be inner attachments that trigger you, and you just got to release that. It just feels like it's quite internal death. And then they've even got that quite a portal there in the inner world with the death card. It's one of my favorite death cards. We've got the moon. So lots of like depths of the emotional body and fears and big feelings. But again, the 9 of Pentacles. All right, I'll leave it there, group 3. I think that's all I have. Sending lots of love to you, group 3. It's been an interesting ride for the last little while with group 3. You never know what I'm going to get. But I hope that spoke to you. I hope that gave you some sort of clarity or comfort or guidance, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 3.